Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. And recently, the Morbid panel has taken to attacking me on a regular basis. And they're all very upset because I called them out about their non-Vigil vigil, and that they were rude and hateful and bullying at the non-Vigil vigil, that they were only there to cause chaos and to disrupt Gypsy's book signing, which they proved. And so they are very angry with me. And now Morbid has posed the question, what has Fancy done for this case that I couldn't have done? Are you serious? Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement, Morbid? I am the only reason that you're relevant at all. Nina, Becca, all of you, at least in the game of Gypsy Rose. Now, you might be relevant in all other things all by your damn selves. But if you're relevant here, it's because I made you relevant. And you don't believe me? Well, that's really funny. Because right before your non-Vigil vigil, Becca reached out to me. She wanted help. Remember, she said it all on your podcast, on one of your 9-hour lives where you just rant and trash people. Yep, she made a big old statement about how she needed help, my help even, putting together a whole thing that she was going to do, a video on Christy Blanchard. Now, what you may not know, and she didn't want me to tell anybody, was that she offered me $200 to do so. Why? Because I'm the only one that has that information. You don't have it. You didn't have a personal relationship with her. You didn't see all the evidence, the medical records, deal with these people for almost 3 years. You have not been bullied and trashed by them for the last 7 for trying to tell the truth. And in my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment and educational purposes only and to bully no one, I do believe that you and Nina are working together with Lifetime. And I will continue to say that. And you can continue to call me insane. But what I do have is proof that Becca offered to pay me to help her out with that video. You know, the video that didn't get produced before Christmas. You know why? Because without me, Becca ain't got shit. Let me show you. Alrighty, so these are emails between me and Becca. And the first one here, you'll have to pause to read and zoom in since it's a little small. But basically, we talked on the phone after she offered me the $200. We sat and we talked, and I discussed with her what we would be doing and what exactly she was looking for. So first she says, thanks for a great conversation. I really enjoyed speaking with you. After giving this much thought, I think it might be easier for you to send me all the text emails surrounding Christy and Gypsy, and I can sort them out myself. Oh, I'm sure you think you can, Becca, I'm sure. But see, the thing is that's worth a whole hell of a lot more than $200, and it sure as shit wasn't what we originally talked about. Then I can ask you to clarify these things as I dive into the documents. Once I get the text, emails, etc., I will send you the $100, because she told me she'd send me $100 beforehand and $100 after with the project was finished. Just give me your details of where I could send the money. After the video airs, I will send you an additional $100. This should be done before Christmas. Thanks again, Fancy, Becca. So I wrote her back, and I told her, sounds good. I have a lot to pull together. I will work on this week and get you what you need. And I started thinking about it, and that's why I had not sent it back to her, because I was waiting till after all of the vigil and everything died down, and I wanted to talk with her about it, because there was no way I was just going to hand over all of my text messages and emails between me and Gypsy and me and Christy to her. Why would I do that? That wouldn't be good for me, nor for the truth of the story, because you're looking at things you don't even understand what we were talking about half the time. But hey, whatever. So then the vigil happened, and I wrote her originally because I was upset that they were saying shit about me on the panel when I left. But Becca hadn't said anything yet. She wasn't on panel. She had left. And then she decided she was going to come back to trash me. And this is what I wrote before she trashed me. And then I'll read what I wrote after she trashed me. So I said, well, this was a disappointing shit show. I was not saying the thing the chat said, I said. I stated I felt the fat shaming was uncalled for and I left. I said that I felt this should have been organized better. And if people were raising funds, then it should have gone to flyers and spreading awareness and not for just the 4 people's dinner. This was a travesty in my opinion, and Lifetime and Krusty got exactly what they wanted. I would never ever have supported anyone buying a ticket. If I'd known that, I would have advised 100% against that. So tonight was such a sad and missed opportunity, and now the yahoos have caused more dissension and shit for me. Lovely. I have made it very clear I don't do physical looks shaming thing. I don't agree with it. I didn't say anything I wouldn't say to Morbid's face then or now or any of the panel. But the chat is horrible, and they then came in and tried to start shit in my life. Like, why? I left and I have a right to my opinions. So that was my original thing, writing back to her. I wasn't pulling out yet. I still wanted to discuss it with her. I still thought maybe we could salvage this and somehow make it work properly. No. Then Becca decides to double down, come back on the panel, and trash me. So this is the next email that I sent her. I said, well, I wrote that to you before I saw what you said to me about me. Okay. I stated it was sad that this didn't get planned well, and it didn't. No, I was not asked to help, by the way, by people saying he let Morbid do this, so it's not about you. I seriously am beyond hurt, and you showed who you were tonight. My reason for going live started off with being frustrated with the body shaming of Brie. It was unbecoming and made this look like an effort to bully. So if that's what you're all about, then go do that. I will not be helping out with whatever else you have going on. You went off what people were saying, I said, and so now I'm done. So I was done, and I'm done with this crew and have been for quite some time now. If you've noticed, I haven't been over there very much. The Vigil was one of my first appearances in a long time because I don't agree with the things that these people are doing. I don't agree with how they treat people. I don't agree with how they harass and stalk and bully people. None of this is content that should be accepted. None of this is relevant content at all to this case. My goal has always been for truth and honesty in this case. My goal has always been to expose the lies and expose how this all went down, regardless of what side I was ever on. Because I could absolutely tell something was wrong from the very beginning. I just didn't know what yet. And that's why I did research. See, something that none of you bothered to do. You waited until I did it all for you. And then you stole my research and just started making content with it without really crediting anybody that you got it from. But hey, I mean, whatever. She's got a source, she says, and it's a pretty damn good source. So what do you need me for? I don't think you need me for anything if you have what you have. But hey, I mean, I am the only one that can roast Christy the way that anybody could roast Christy because, well, I have those conversations and you don't. So you have no right to speak on me or what I know or don't know. So here's the deal. I am going to continue doing what I do. That's research and evidence and running down the lies and putting a lid on all of this because I think after 8 years, I finally can. See, good things take time. I wasn't lazy. I didn't blow hard because I didn't know what I was doing. I simply knew I wasn't ready yet, but I am now. So 2025, we got some work to do. We got books to write. We have a documentary series to put out. And you all have bullying and gossip, I guess. So, hey, you've got the market cornered on that. Why don't you guys stick to that? And I'll stick to the facts. Have a good one from the Good Wives, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys. Mwah.